We're on our own. Emmerdale delivers a devastating Celia and Ray update that shatters Marlon's world. For a law-abiding man like Marlon Dingle, life in Emmerdale has always followed a simple moral logic. If you're a victim of a crime, you go to the police. They help you. The guilty are punished. Justice prevails. Or, if you're a Dingle, there's always the more direct option. Unleash Cain, deliver a sharp slap to the villain, and restore balance to the universe. But poor Marlon. He's neither ruthless nor vengeful. He's the gentlest soul in the village, a proper gentle giant who believes in doing things the right way. He believes in the system. And watching that system fail him so completely is utterly heartbreaking. What Marlon and his family are facing now isn't something that can be solved with a quiet word or a clenched fist. They are trapped in a living nightmare with no clear escape, because their enemies aren't just criminals. Ray Walters and his mother, the chillingly unscrupulous Celia Daniels, are something far worse. They are monsters. Teflon-coated monsters, at that. Nothing ever seems to stick. April Windsor became ensnared in Ray and Celia's web when she agreed to do a few drug drops for her boyfriend Dylan, who had already been groomed by Ray into dealing. It didn't take long before Ray tightened the trap. He arranged for one of April's packages to be stolen, plunging her into debt and placing her completely under his control. It was the oldest trick in the book, and Ray played it perfectly. Trapping a young girl like that is vile beyond words. As if that weren't enough, April was later hired out to men who paid Celia to have sex with her. On one horrific occasion, when she realized she was about to be raped, April struck her attacker over the head with a bottle. She believes she killed him. We know the truth. He survived, but April doesn't. She's been living under the crushing weight of guilt for a murder she never committed. Psychological torture, plain and simple. Marlon and Rona have tried everything to free April from Ray's grip. They've even plunged themselves into serious debt to pay off the money Ray claimed April owed. None of it worked, and then came the warning. To show just how far they were willing to go, Celia arranged for Ray to deliberately run Dylan down. The attempted murder was cold, calculated, and filmed. As April and her parents watched the footage in horror, so did we. In the episode airing on Monday, December 15, Dylan was slowly brought out of his induced coma. Marlon pinned all his hopes on one thing: Dylan telling the police the truth. This was it. The golden ticket. The moment that could finally put Ray behind bars. As Dylan regained consciousness, April sat by his bedside. He promised her he would tell the police everything, including something she didn't yet know, that Ray and Celia are using slave labor on their farm. Among those trapped there is Bear Wolf, Paddy's missing father. Dylan knows about Bear. If he speaks, he saves everyone. But when D.S. Carter emerged from Dylan's room, her face said it all. Dylan claimed he couldn't remember anything. I don't remember. 3 words. And just like that, everything collapsed. You can't blame him, he's terrified, but the frustration is unbearable. A desperate Marlon told the officer that his family was being extorted. Surely that was enough. Surely that warranted arrests. D.S. Carter admitted Ray and Celia could be arrested, but with so little evidence, they'd be released within hours. She asked Marlon to bear with the police while they build a case, bear with them, while Ray destroys lives. Marlon knew the truth in that moment. The look on his face said everything. We're on our own. That line hit like a punch to the gut. Total defeat, absolute despair. And yet, this is a Dingle story. When the Dingles are backed into a corner, they don't roll over. They fight back. Mandy Dingle is back, and the timing couldn't be more crucial. In a welcome burst of hope, Emmerdale legend Lisa Riley has returned to filming. Mandy Dingle is back where she belongs, leopard print, big earrings, and all. After weeks in the Australian jungle on I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, where she was undeniably the life and soul of the camp, Lisa has traded sunshine for rain-soaked leads and the iconic Mandy tabard. It's not just a uniform, fans joked. It's a suit of armor, and Mandy may need it. She's currently embroiled in the heartbreaking storyline surrounding Beowulf, Paddy's missing father. Mandy has already clocked that something isn't right. Bear's hire car was returned, but no one saw him bring it back. Alarm bells are ringing. Paddy, however, believes his dad simply left to start a new life elsewhere. Sweet, naive Paddy. Bear would never leave without saying goodbye. The truth is far darker. Ray found Bear living out of his car and lured him into forced labor on Celia's farm. Bear remains there, trapped, brainwashed, and heartbreakingly close to the village, without knowing it. Weeks ago, Bear's young granddaughter Eve even spotted him working in a field. She called out to him, but he didn't hear. By the time she returned with Matty Barton, Bear and the other workers were gone. When Eve told Paddy and Mandy what she'd seen, they didn't believe her. Why do adults in soaps never listen to the kids? Eve knows the truth. And if anyone can tear this operation wide open and bring Bear home, it's Mandy Dingle. A Christmas Without Mercy. As Emmerdale heads toward Christmas, Bear's suffering shows no sign of easing. While the village gathers around festive tables, Bear will spend Christmas Day freezing in a barn, still forced into unpaid labor by Celia and Ray. It's devastating. Even when Bear had a chance to escape with 2 other workers, he stayed loyal to Ray, a chilling example of how deeply he's been manipulated. Celia and Ray even briefly considered killing him when they discovered who he really was. Only Bear's confused loyalty saved him. Jay Griffiths, who plays Celia, has revealed that Celia doesn't celebrate Christmas, and this year, she's planning to leave the area altogether. The operation is becoming too complicated. Moira is asking too many questions. And Ray has fallen in love, so they're moving on. Another farm. Another location. Another cycle of abuse. If they move Bear, Paddy may never find him. Will they take him with them, or leave him behind to suffer alone? Emmerdale is crying out for a Christmas miracle. Someone needs to follow that van.